There are places in this world where silence feels alive. Places where the wind seems to carry whispers instead of leaves. Where every shadow feels as though it is watching, waiting, remembering. Old cemeteries have always stirred something deep within us. Perhaps it is because they remind us that every weathered headstone once belonged to a living soul. Someone who laughed, loved, dreamed. And eventually disappeared into history. Most of us visit a grave only when someone we love has passed. Years go by. Flowers stop appearing. Names fade beneath rain and snow. Entire families vanish from history. Eventually, no one remembers. But what if someone did? What if every forgotten grave still had a visitor? Tonight's tale comes from an old legend whispered through forgotten villages. Some call it folklore. Others insist it is absolutely true. They speak of an old man carrying a lantern through ancient cemeteries long after midnight. No one knows where he came from. No one knows how old he truly is. Yet every morning, fresh flowers appear on graves no living person has visited for decades. Who places them there? And why? Tonight, we follow the footsteps of the cemetery gardener. I am Four Winds. Welcome to my channel. On the edge of a forgotten village stood Black Briar Cemetery. It had rested upon the hillside for nearly 400 years. Time had swallowed much of it. Stone angels leaned sideways beneath thick blankets of moss. Iron gates rusted into lace. Towering oak trees twisted overhead, their branches stretching across the moonlight like ancient fingers. Fog drifted between the graves. Almost every evening, the villagers avoided the place after sunset, not because they feared ghosts, but because they believed someone still walked among them. Every morning at sunrise, the same impossible sight greeted anyone brave enough to enter. Fresh white lilies, fresh roses, wildflowers gathered only hours before, each one carefully placed upon forgotten graves. Not the newest burials, not the graves with visiting families, only those abandoned by time itself. Some belonged to children, others to soldiers. Many had names so worn away that no one knew who rested beneath them. Yet someone remembered. For generations, no one questioned it. It is simply the gardener, the elders would say, as though that explained everything. One October, a young journalist named Elias arrived in Black Briar searching for forgotten legends. He expected ghost stories. He expected old superstitions. Instead, everyone told him about the flowers. The village baker swore she had seen lantern light drifting through the cemetery at 2 in the morning. The blacksmith claimed his grandfather had seen the gardener when he was a child, and that the old man hadn't aged a single day. The priest refused to discuss him at all. He simply crossed himself and whispered,
"Leave him be. Leave him to his work."
That only fueled Elias's curiosity. Just before midnight, Elias slipped through the cemetery gates. The moon vanished behind heavy clouds. Mist curled around broken monuments. The air smelled of wet earth and autumn leaves. He hid behind an enormous marble angel, whose face had been worn smooth by centuries of rain. Minutes passed. Nothing. Then, a faint golden light appeared among the trees. Slowly, very slowly, an elderly man emerged from the darkness. His boots made no sound upon the gravel. He carried an old brass lantern in one hand. In his other hand rested a weathered wicker basket, overflowing with fresh flowers. His black coat looked centuries old. His silver hair flowed to his shoulders. He stopped at the first grave. Knelt, removed dead leaves one by one, straightened a crooked cross, brushed dirt from the inscription with remarkable tenderness. Then he placed a single white lily upon the stone. He whispered something too quiet to hear, then moved on. Again and again and again, he treated every forgotten grave as though greeting an old friend. Unable to contain himself, Elias stepped from the shadows.
"Excuse me, my good gentleman."
Neither of them spoke. Finally, the old man turned. His eyes were unlike any Elias had ever seen. They held no fear, no anger, only endless sorrow and endless kindness.
"You should not follow me,"
the gardener said gently.
"I only want to understand."
The old man smiled. The gardener continued walking, and Elias cautiously followed. At the oldest part of the cemetery, they stopped before a headstone so weathered it had become little more than a rough slab of stone. No name, no date. Nothing remained. The gardener knelt, placed a single flower upon it, then quietly said,
"I remember you."
Elias frowned.
"Who is buried here?"
The old man stared at the grave for a long moment.
"I no longer know."
"You don't know?"
said Elias.
"I once did,
The old man's voice trembled.
but even memory grows old.
The gardener explained.
That every soul leaves two deaths behind. The first comes when the body returns to the earth. The second, when the last living person forgets they ever existed. When that happens, photographs fade, letters disappear, stories are no longer told, even names begin to vanish from worn stone.
The gardener wandered each night to keep that second death from claiming those who had already given everything life had asked of them. Every flower whispered, "You mattered." Every cleaned headstone declared, "You are not completely forgotten." Before dawn, Elias finally gathered the courage to ask.
Who are you?
The old man gazed toward the brightening horizon.
I was once someone's husband, someone's father, someone's friend. My family loved me.
What happened?
They lived, they grew old, they died, and eventually, no one remained who remembered my face.
Elias felt a chill race through his body.
You mean?
The gardener nodded.
I stayed, so no one else would be forgotten.
The first rays of sunlight touched the cemetery. The lantern flickered. The old man's outline began to fade. Not into smoke, not into light, but into emptiness itself. The basket slipped gently to the grass. Flowers scattered across the dew. Within moments, he was gone. Only then did Elias notice a grave he could have sworn had not been there before. Fresh earth, simple stone, no flowers. Carved into its face were the words, "The cemetery gardener, name unknown, remembered by no one." Elias removed the final lily from the fallen basket. He laid it carefully upon the grave.
I will remember you.
The next morning, another flower appeared. Then another. Soon villagers began leaving blossoms there as well. Children who had never met the mysterious man grew up hearing his story. Travelers came to honor him. His true name remained lost forever, yet his grave was never empty again. Some still claim that on rainy autumn nights, a lantern wanders quietly among forgotten graves. If you ever see it, do not run. Do not call out. Simply bow your head and remember someone whose name has almost disappeared from the world, because perhaps the gardener is listening, the keeper of forgotten names. When every voice has fallen still and winter climbs the silent hill, one lantern glows through mist and rain to speak each long forgotten name. No marble crown, no grand display can hold the hands of time at bay. Yet one kind soul still walks the night, with flowers pale in lantern light. He tends the stones the world passed by, where faded names no longer cry. Each blossom laid with gentle care declares that someone still was there. For death is not the final sleep. While hearts remember, voices keep. A whispered name, a single rose, can warm the place where silence grows. So, if one evening shadows part and grief feels heavy on your heart, look softly where the lilies bloom. You may not walk there all alone. Thank you for joining me for another journey into the unknown. Legends like this remind us that not every ghost story is born from fear. Some are born from love, some are born from memory, and perhaps the greatest haunting of all is being forgotten. If this story sent a chill down your spine, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another journey into mystery, folklore, and the unexplained. Until next time, walk gently through the darkness, respect those who came before us, and if you ever pass an old cemetery, Perhaps leave a single flower. Good night.